The drama in the Capitol never stops. The Commanders' front office has dropped a bombshell in the draft that's got everyone talking. What does this mean for the franchise's future? And what about a certain player now feeling the heat under their feet? Meanwhile, our most hated rival thinks they've got an ace up their sleeve. But Washington is already ready with the perfect answer. And that's not all. It seems our new quarterback might be getting an unexpected gift that could make the NFC East defenses tremble. If you're a true Commanders fan, don't dare miss a second of this explosive news. We're about to reveal how Washington is building a powerhouse in the East while Jerry Jones keeps stumbling over his own decisions. The Cowboys believe they found their next big star on the offensive line with Tyler Booker in the 12th draft pick. Jerry Jones can't stop bragging about this athletic Alabama lineman with his impressive size and power. But I'll tell you this, Washington already has the perfect plan to completely neutralize him. When Booker faces our defensive line, he'll understand what it means to play against elite professionals. Darren Payne is an absolute beast at the peak of his career. This Pro Bowler is coming off a dominant season, and his combination of strength and technique would make any rookie sweat. And what do you say about Johnny Newton? Yes, he had some adjustment issues as a rookie, but have you seen his progression? I believe this kid is about to explode and become a nightmare for any offensive line. His quick start and ability to penetrate tight spaces are exactly the kind of challenge a rookie like Booker isn't ready to face. Javon Kinlaw may have been a questionable investment with that contract. But now I ask you, is there anyone with more to prove on that defensive line? I'll tell you, when Kinlaw is in beast mode, few can contain him. His size and reach are going to be a constant problem for Booker. Let's be realistic here. Booker isn't Zach Martin. He has potential, but we're talking about a rookie who will be facing one of the most dominant interior defensive lines in the league. Do you really think he's prepared for that level of competition? I think not. And now I ask you, what will happen if Adam Peters decides to further reinforce our defensive line in this draft? The possibilities are terrifying for Dallas. While Jerry Jones keeps selling false hopes, the Commanders are building a team that dominates the trenches, where championships are really won. After surprising everyone by selecting offensive tackle Josh Coleman Jr. in the first round, the Commanders might be aiming to add more power to their attack on day 2 of the draft. And let me tell you, Jaden Daniels has reasons to smile. Iowa. Running back Caleb Johnson could be the target in the second round with the 61st overall pick. Have you seen this guy run? At 6 feet and 223 pounds, he's a true beast who models his game after Derrick Henry. Can you imagine that kind of power in our backfield? Now, some will say, but we already have 4 running backs from last year. And I ask you, do any of them have the ability to break over 1,000 yards just on evaded tackles like Johnson did in 2024? I'll tell you this, when you have the chance to add such talent, you don't think twice. Johnson fits perfectly into the zone scheme we used almost 50% of the time last year. His ability as a receiver and in pass protection adds versatility to our attack. While he isn't the explosive threat some may want, do you really think that's what we need? I think the Commanders want to play physical football, dominating rival defenses 4 to 6 yards at a time. Adam Peters and his team have shown they're not afraid to pick the best player available, regardless of the current depth at that position. They already had Johnson on a top 30 visit, indicating serious interest. Now I ask you, wouldn't it be fascinating to see Daniels with such a physical backfield complementing his playing style? Defenses would have to pick their poison, contain Daniels or face a train like Johnson. This could be the piece that takes our offense to the next level. The NFL is a ruthless business, and no one is feeling it more right now than Brandon Coleman. The tackle we selected in the 3rd round last year just received a clear message from the front office. Either improve or we'll replace you. The arrival of Josh Coleman Jr. in the 1st round has completely shaken the dynamics of our offensive line. When Adam Peters says he'll select the best player available regardless of need, he's not kidding. This move proves it without a doubt. Coleman had a decent performance as a left tackle during his rookie season, but he also went through serious adaptation struggles. Were those problems enough for Peters to make a bold move for Laramie Tunsil? And now select Connolly? I think the answer is obvious. Dan Quinn initially stated that Coleman would start as right tackle during preseason training. Andrew Wiley was expected to compete, potentially moving inside while Sam Cosmi recovers from his anterior cruciate ligament injury. But if Connolly adapts quickly, Coleman could find himself relegated to backup duties. Now I ask you, is this unfair? To Coleman? Maybe, but that's how this business is. The arrival of Connolly should provoke a positive response from the second-year professional to avoid falling out of favor. Stakes have risen, and Peters believed this was the right decision for Washington. Connolly has the talent to take over the right tackle position long-term. The Commanders believe it too, so it's up to Coleman to prove he deserves a similar role. Next time, when Cosmi returns, all bets are off. But for now, Coleman must rise to the occasion following the arrival of another high-profile draft pick to the franchise. I'll tell you this, his response to this pressure will define his future. In the NFL, what do you all think about these moves? Do you believe our defensive line can really neutralize Booker? I'm convinced that Payne, Newton, and Kinlaw will give him an unforgettable welcome to the NFL. Let's break this down. Darren Payne is coming off a season with 11.5 sacks, his best professional record. When you combine his interior power with the explosiveness of Newton on the edge and Kinlaw's disruptive ability, we have the potential to turn the pocket into a nightmare. For any rookie quarterback, even one as talented as Booker. And what about Caleb Johnson? Could he be the missing piece for our offense? Personally, I think a running back with his physical style would be the perfect complement to Daniels, creating one of the most versatile offenses in the league. Not only would Johnson bring the power element we missed in the red zone last season. Let's remember we converted just 48% of our opportunities, but his ability to break tackles would force defenses to keep 8 men in the box. The result? More opportunities for Daniels to unleash his arm with McLaurin and Dotson on deep routes. After Coleman's situation, do you think he can handle the pressure and secure his spot? I ask you, how many players have thrived precisely under this kind of competition? Remember Terry McLaurin in 2019 when no one bet on him and he ended up with over 900 yards as a rookie. Washington's history is full of players who responded when challenged. From Art Monk to London Fletcher, this team has always valued those who overcome adversity. This is a crucial moment for our franchise. We're building something special in Washington, something we haven't seen in decades. If you are as passionate about the Commanders as I am, I need you to subscribe to this channel right now. We're creating a community, a family of true fans, analyzing every move of the team. And speaking of moves, have you noticed a change in our draft strategy under the new management? We're prioritizing character and work ethic over mere physical talent. This reminds me of the golden era under Joe Gibbs when we dominate with smart and disciplined players. Leave your opinion in the comments about which of these developments you find most impactful for the future of the team. The plan against the Cowboys, the possible addition of Johnson, or the message sent to Coleman. If you've made it this far, activate the notification bell so you don't miss our weekly analyses and tactical breakdowns after every game. This season promises to be historic, and I want us to experience it together, like the great burgundy and gold family we are. And remember, hail to the Redskins!